Okay, come. Shalawam. I know we just started, so we was waiting for people to get up in here. Waiting for some folks to get up in here. And then we'll begin when we get some eyes on. But I know you've seen the title. Did the nations ever love the Most High? You know, and the reason why I say that is because, you know, a lot of people are God loves everybody on that type of time, still to this day. And in the ancient times, it was not like that. And that's going to be the gist of the whole class. So we're going to go in the Old Testament heavy, and then we'll bring out what some of these nations was doing, and then we'll rock like that. Yeah, so that's going to be the gist of it. Because you got to really ask yourself too. You got to really ask yourself: does the so-called Chinese man believe? Doesn't Xi Jinping? Didn't he outlaw and ban the Bible in his country? Right? Jing ding. Did they outlaw and ban the Bible though? Didn't they?
They're doing that in California right now.
Right? So we got Moabites doing that. You already know them damn what is it called? The modern day Ammonites, what you call the Japanese people. You know they believe in robots. Okay, so they you know they all backwards out there. So they ain't doing none of that. So I mean, so when we say that, you know, oh, he loves everybody, you got to really look at what people is really doing right now. You know, you understand? So you got nations of people that what happened?
Making a big pot of jambalaya to mix up people.
Exactly, and it's a whole bunch of confusion. So hopefully we're gonna go back and we're gonna start at Exodus, and then we're gonna bounce around and get into the meat of this thing. They didn't make Book of Eli for a reason. God. But like I said, hey, but first, I know we got a couple eyes on. Okay, now we got like 5. Okay. What a week. What a week, y'all. Salakia for everything about Wednesday and all that. But we're gonna get this Friday night popping. Shalawam Wanawana, Shalawam Iskarite Princess. All praises to the Most High for gathering together with us and bearing with us and laboring with us. And we appreciate y'all for y'all consistency and for y'all dedication. But first and foremost, man, we give all honor and praise to the Most High for gathering us together, you know, and with that, we'll start the class. And like I was saying, hey, what's going on? Oh, look. I'm talking about the Ammonites, and we got a little a little anime. Oh, shalom, man, shalom. Hey, man, we gotta teach them something. Hey, how you doing, sister? How you doing? I know the sister was giving it to me though with the marriages and all of that. But we ain't gonna talk about that tonight though. But how you doing, sister? How you doing? All right, y'all. So I miss y'all. I miss you too. I miss y'all too, man. This has been a heck of a week, man. I hope y'all put this week behind you, like I'm gonna put this week, and then with that week we gonna get it in. All right, so like I was saying, like does the nations love the Most High, and did the Most High love the nations, and was he dealing with them? Right? Was he dealing with them? So let's get. Let's see here. Exodus 23, and then we'll start at 22, and then we'll go down to 24. And this is when he's beginning to establish us as a nation. This is obviously Exodus. Everybody knows is when we get the law, statutes, and commandments. So why don't you read Exodus 23, verse 22 and down?
Exodus chapter 23, verse 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries.
So it's he's saying that if you do these law, statutes, and commandments, right, he'll be an enemy unto thy enemies. So if God loves everybody, then why do we got enemies in the first place? Shouldn't we all just be kumbaya and getting along? I know the brother was talking about jambalaya. Shouldn't we all just be, should we all just be getting along, right? Shouldn't we all just be worshiping the same as they do now?
And it goes all the way to the New Testament, because the Lord, the Most High, told those three wise men to go see Yahusha, right? But the Most High told them also go by a different route than going back to Herod. So if Yahusha and this word and everything that's in it was for the world, why did the Most High told those three wise men not to go back to Herod? You see, and these are little intricacies that you see in Scripture that shows you that this is not for everybody.
Yeah,
straight down. But go ahead.
But our people want to include everybody. But let's read 23. What's the Most High going to do to these groups of people?
For my angel shall go before thee and bring thee in unto the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off.
And the Most High said he was going to cut them off, man. These are different groups of people. These are different nations of people right here. You understand? And then what did he say?
Verse 24. Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works, but thou shalt utterly rule them.
And break down their images. Right? It said that thou shalt not bow. Yeah, and thou shalt not bow down to their gods. So they had while he was setting us up, they had their own thing. They've been had their own thing, and they still do to this very day. So when we want to include everybody, when we out there teaching on the highways and the byways, and people come up saying these things, I mean, you got to understand what it is. You got to understand what it is. Not everybody believes in the Most High like that. Period. And even our people. Okay. So just to include everybody and say that he's dealing with everybody is not true. And especially in antiquity as well. In antiquity as well, right? And what did he say in verse 30? What did he say in verse 30?
Verse 30. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee, until thou be increased and inherit the land.
Right. So we was trying to get into the this is before. I know we're gonna do this with Joshua. We're gonna do this with Joshua, but I like that little by little, because the Most High is very patient, and little by little is he raising us up and waking us up, and little by little do we see this country falling down, and the economy going down, and the power of that almighty dollar that our people are selling out for, right, is going down too as well. Everything's going down little by little, right? And that's why we got to endure to the very end, and we got to keep his words. Okay. And then what did Moses say concerning? Let's see. What did Moses say concerning this? All right. So, can you read 7? Can you read 7 and 8? 24, 7 and 8.
Exodus 24, verse 7 and 8. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord has said we will do, and be obedient.
Right. And he read in the audience of the people, and who was in the audience? It was Israel in the audience. It wasn't a Chinese man in the audience. It wasn't the Elamite who we call a East Indian in the audience. It wasn't Southwest Asians in the audience. It wasn't Edomites or Russians or Europeans in the audience. It wasn't Italians in the audience. It wasn't Australians in the audience. You know what I'm trying to say? There wasn't the Englishman in the audience. It was just us there. It was just us. It was just us. Or verse 8. Let's read verse 8.
Verse 8. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, Behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words.
And that's the thing we gotta understand, man. We got this thing is by blood, man. That's like blood in and blood out. I don't think we know what we was getting into when we did this. Okay. You know those little huh?
It's not a bad thing, Lord.
It's not a bad thing. 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 But what I'm trying to say is that it was like a seal. It's like we signed that deal with the Most High right there, and we solidified this thing, and you know we got to live up to it now because we agree with it, right?
And that's why Yahushua asked the question. He said, between two sons, one that when the father asked him to do something, they would go and do it, or the second son would say no, he wouldn't do it, but he would go and do it kicking and screaming. Which one is better? You know what I'm saying? So it's
Khan, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You want to be a go ahead.
Most high magnanimous, man. Salak. Most high is magnanimous, man. We be kicking and screaming sometimes.
Yeah.
We be
Yeah,
kicking
we do.
and screaming. Like sometimes, like you have a hard day. Who you gonna talk to? Let's be honest. Most high wants to hear you say, Most high, man, I'm not feeling it today, man. I'm not down with this, man. This is just too much. Because we gotta admit it, we messed up, man. And we're gonna see that later with Solomon and with our people going off and just doing things that we're not supposed to do.
Come. He said, Leaf said, I am mixed. My dad is white, probably Anglo, and my mom is from the tribe of Judah. What does that mean in reference to the blood covenant?
Unfortunately, that means that you're not Israel.
Yeah, because
if
it goes.
He's white, if he's white, right? From which part? Because we have people that are white and they still Israel. Let's be honest. Like we have Jason Kidd in the NBA. He's Israel. So it has nothing to do with skin color. It's about where you come from, where your roots are, where your father's from. Because that's according to scripture, Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. So
Yeah, Khan, you can even get I think it's Job 8, you gotta prepare for the search of your fathers, so it goes by that, it goes by the seed, it goes by the seed in the line, right? It goes by the seed in the line.
Yes.
But nevertheless, you still got to get down. You still, we still got to teach. Maybe we got to teach everybody because everybody's got to get down with this thing. Everybody's got to get down.
Don't get down. Those that don't get down, they're gonna get Luke chapter 19 on them. So,
Con. Honestly, let's go to Revelations 2 and 26. Revelations 2 to 26.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 26. And it reads, one second. Revelation chapter 2, verse 26, and it reads, And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Mm-hmm. And then verse 27.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers,
Right,
even
right.
as I received of my father.
Come. So I mean, some of our people don't want that though. Some of our people don't want that, right? But that's what it's going to be. Meaning we're going to be in rulership. We're going to be in rulership, and we got that iron rod, right? And if you're not going to get down, then you're going to be beaten into shivers. You're going to have to. You're going to have to. You're going to have to. But it takes a certain stock of a man to do that, because some of our men will say, "No, I ain't doing that. No, I ain't doing that." You know, because we're warriors and we're priests, as we'll find out too as well. Let's see. We got. Let's get that. Let's get Leviticus 22 and 23. 22 and 23. And we'll find like
Leviticus 22 and 23. And it reads, either a bullock or a lamb that hath anything superfluous or lacking in its parts, that mayest thou offer for a free will offering, but for a vow shall not be accepted.
I don't think that's what I want. Well, let me see. That's not what I want. So like it. That's not what I want. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. What's this? So I was trying to say that that the nations, they were like, how it says, thou shalt not lay with another man's wife. You shouldn't lay with your sister, and all those laws in Leviticus, these other nations were doing. All right. Come. Let's see. Hold on, let me get that though. Let me get that. I thought I had it. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Oh, I got it. Salakia. God, so this right here, get 20, Leviticus 20, right?
Verse 23.
You can get verse 20. We can get. Yes, verse 23. Verse 23. I'm sorry, I did the I'm mixed up. Yeah, 20 and 23.
And it reads, Leviticus 20 and 23, and ye shall not walk in the manner of the nation, which I cast out before you. For they commit all these things, and therefore I will abhor them.
Right. So what are the things that they were committing though? So we got to go back. All right. Verse 15. Get 15.
Verse 15. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast.
So that's what the nations were doing. They were laying with beasts. Because we just read in 23 that they were doing all those things. After what did it say? It said they committed all these things. They committed all these things. So they were lying with beasts, right? Verse 9, they were cursing their father and their mother. Obviously, verse 13, it reads, if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have surely committed an abomination. They were sexually perverse. They were being sexually perverse. Okay, and these are just some things that they were doing. I mean, they were committing adultery, right? They were lying with their father's wife. They were lying with their daughters-in-laws, right? They were lying with women when she was on her cycle. They were doing all these things. This is from 20, the first verse, all the way down until you get to 23. These are what they were doing.
I
Right?
mean, listen, there are families in America that are lying with other family members to the tune where incest is so ingrained that the IQ of the whole family went down, and they still keep doing it. And it, like you could search this online on YouTube or on the internet, you'll find these families, and you look at them like this is not Down syndrome. This is incest. This is
Yeah.
wickedness.
Habsburg draw.
Oh,
Heavy Habsburg draw. I
so
would I would share my screen, but that's that Habsburg draw. I mean, that big elongated thing. I mean, you'll see, like when you look at pictures of Habsburg draw, if you look it up, you'll start seeing that thing, and you'll be messed up. You'll be messed up. You'll be like, oh snap, what was you doing in the family? You know, but besides the point, this is what they were doing, and that's why we're separate and we're different than other nations. You understand? Because they were doing these things, right? And also, not making any cuttings in our flesh. Um, not doing sorcery, witchcraft, all these things, man. We're getting established as a nation in these verses in Leviticus and in Exodus and in Deuteronomy. And that's why we're greater than these other nations, because we're not laying down with beasts in the field, right?
and imagine
But
the scripture tells you that the man and the beast shall be put to death. That means that that animal, basically, a man that does that, or a woman that does that, either way, force that on that animal. But the Most High said to put both to death.
come,
You as a person, you overpower the animal and you put something in them. So now the Most High told us, you see that happening, you have to put not only the man but the woman to death.
come, come,
But
because it's
only
this.
the man, but the woman and the beast to death, whichever one. But they
Yeah,
both go.
they both gotta go, man. They unclean, man. Get that spirit up out of there. Get all of that up out of there. Get away, right?
Mm. And in the beginning of the scripture, it speaks of Molech, and Molech was a so-called statue that other nations was worshiping.
Mm-hmm.
And upon our Exodus, we came across those things. We see
Yes.
that in the Book of Numbers with Phineas. We see that with Moab, which is one of the first countries that came against us. They try to curse us, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna get that too. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get that. We're gonna get that out. God. Let's get Judges 2. Let's get Judges 2, and then we'll bounce around. We'll bounce around.
Judges chapter 2,
And read
verse
the verse 2.
verse 2. And ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land, and ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have ye done
Oh,
this?
sorry. Judges chapter 2, verse 2. Judges chapter 2, verse 1 and 2.
Okay, verse 1. Judges chapter 2, verse 1. And an angel of the Lord came up from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I made you to go up out of Egypt and have brought you into the land which I swear unto your fathers.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I will never break my covenant with you.
And what does verse 2 say?
And,
That first verse.
and ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land.
Yeah, man, because we're
You
and that's what holy means. Like in Deuteronomy 7:6, when it says, in Deuteronomy 14:2, when it says that we're a holy nation and we're above all people, man, we should be separated from these people, because of what they would try to do and the influence of these other deities. It's almost like being around people that are just bad influences, right? You're not gonna hang around with a so-called well, not a so-called, but you're not gonna hang around with like a drug dealer or a thief or a murderer or a very dangerous person, because you might get sucked into that type of lifestyle if you hang around with this person, right? So and that's what these nations are, man. They're idolaters. They do perverse things, as we were reading in Leviticus, right? They got their own deities set up. They got their own system set up, you know. So we
let
said
me read.
make no league with them.
I'm gonna read this, right?
Okay.
Psalms chapter 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. So if you meditate in the law and you know what you're seeing is off, you're not going to stay there. You're just going to vanish. It's going to disappear from that place because you know fire's coming. We're seeing Sodom and Gomorrah.
God. And you got to remember, like during this time, and even in this time right now, don't nobody worship the Most High like we do, you know. Don't nobody rock with this book as much as we do. Even if like I know the scriptures say like we got the zeal, but we don't necessarily have the know-how or the aptitude, or we don't truly know sometimes what makes him mad and what pleases him. But we do know he's up there, and we do know he's real. We do know we have a connection with him. Some way, somehow. We just know that. It's in our spirit. We just gotta fine tune things a little bit here, and that's why the Most High sends out his teachers and his prophets and his priests. You understand? But they don't have that. Where like it said, but Moses ran into the audience, right? There was nobody from Gilgal and Bochim there. There was nobody from Gilgal. I mean, obviously, because we had to travel there, but it was just us, man. It was just us. But what does the Most High use the nations for, man? What does the Most High use the nations for? Right? Read 14.
Verse 14.
Read 13. Read 13.
Verse 30.
Uh, 12. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Judges chapter 2, verse 12. And they forsook the Lord, God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and
Okay.
followed other gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger.
Right. So stop right there. So it said that people were round about them. So we're all right here, right? This little jambalaya pot, right? Right. We're all in close vicinity to each other, but at the same time, their God isn't our God. You understand? Their God isn't our God in the ancient times, right?
Mm.
Their God isn't our God. But at the same time, since they're so close to us, it's like a temptation. It's like a temptation. It's like we're getting tempted to go off, you know?
So,
We're getting tested. Not temp. Maybe it's tested. That's how it played out. That's how it played out. Because we got to go into the land. At the same time, we gotta we got to stay firm and stay cool, calm, and collected, and stay grounded, and like what I'm saying, because we're gonna go into these places, and it's like, okay, dang, what's going on here? Dang, what these people doing here? Okay, whoa, what's going on over there?
I mean,
What's
it's if to give you an idea how great we were, and you do your research on your own tribe, and I advise anybody to do this. Do your research on your own tribe, find out where you come from, not genealogy, not find out who your father is, of course, but I'm talking about just history of based of what our people could do. And I could tell you, when we was in West Africa, we had people that could lift up an 80-pound piece of brass with one arm. Talking about 80 pounds. You see them dumbbells at the gym that are all dusty that nobody lifted up? We were twigs, like the size barely able. You would look at us back then. We were slim, 5'9". But we would pick up that piece of brass and lift it up above our head like it was nothing. We was eating right. We had the sunlight upon us. We had the right clothes, garment on. We had the right mindset. Even in Deuteronomy, can you get Deuteronomy 28? I think it's verse 7. It says what? Let me get that. I want people to understand what we was.
God. Go ahead, King.
28 and 7. Let me see. Okay. The Lord, Deuteronomy 28, verse 7. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thee, before thy face. They shall come against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. That's how powerful we was. Because we was eating right. We was transforming the sunlight and the vitamin of the sun into pure energy. We was on another vibe. And we was in West Africa. We wasn't even in the Holy Land yet. We was exiled out of the Holy Land because Most High was sick of us. Like, get up out of my house. Yeah, y'all doing all types of madness. Y'all gotta go. So y'all gotta go. And he still blessed us enough to be rich over there in West Africa, in Togo, Benin, with all the tribes. We was doing heavy stuff. People came and said, yo, who are these people? They could do this, they could do that. Yo, why they wearing gold? Why they wearing all this jewelry? And we was wearing jewelry like it was nothing, like it was it's just fashion. We didn't even think that it was that valuable. That's how elevated our mind was.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But do your
Yeah,
research. Like, you'd be amazed.
yeah, we got to get back. We got to get back to that, and I appreciate you, Lee, for staying tuned and everything, and for listening too. That's the wild. He said that there's a tribe that could jump abnormally high, currently somewhere in Africa. I forgot who they are.
Yeah, there's some of them that could go dive into the ocean very deep. I can't recall the name of the tribe, but they could hold their breath, no scuba gear, nothing, and they could go fish in the ocean.
Like seals, the
Yeah,
real Navy SEALs.
it's swim better than certain fish. Like, you're like, yo, how come they could hold their breath that long? There's certain fish they can't even hold their breath that long. Mammals, they can even hold their breath. We're talking about swimming with whales, swimming with orcas. I mean, when I say orcas, I'm talking about killer whales. And that term killer whale is a misnomer because they never killed nobody. And when you look at them, you think they're dangerous creatures, but they're not. They never killed a human being in their life. But they're black and white. They're black on top and they're
Mm-hmm.
white in the belly, just like
And
us.
and they're the smartest. They're the smartest in the sea too.
Yeah,
They're better than the great white too, and they
yeah,
travel together.
they're the top of the food chain. If you look
Top
at
of
the
the food chain. They're
um,
called orcas. They're
yeah,
called orcas, and
or-
they're the creme of the creme when it comes to the dolphin family.
I'm telling
Creme
you,
of
like, we was, yo, people look at Avatar, that movie, then them like acting like they in harmony with nature. That's fictional, man. We the real people, bro. Like, we for real. Like, we was on a level where we could communicate with all animals, doing amazing stuff.
mm-hmm.
But these nations, they come around us and they seduce us. They
Yes,
seduce even Solomon.
yes,
Solomon went off.
yeah.
You know what
We
I'm
we
saying?
we, we gonna get that. We gonna get that too coming up. Yeah. So just so this is what he does, man. In verse 14 in Judges, and the anger of and so they said that they forsook the Most High and served Baal and Ashtaroth or Ishtar, I know that sometimes they say the Grove is basically like this pole once again, and it's set up in the wilderness and whatnot. And I know that if you've ever heard of Bohemian Grove, where they go and they sacrifice and they do all that occultic stuff, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, and I got pictures of it too as well. But it says in verse 14, the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, so he was mad. And he delivered them into the hands of the spoilers that spoiled them. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about. Right? So that's what he does. That's why we in captivity right now. That's why we're in so-called America right now.
Man,
Because we go off, we make him hot against us, and we get shipped up out of there.
man, that's
We
why
get shipped out of there.
we go out there and we preach the word and we go after our people. And we're not trying to be mean, but I want to get up out of here, man. I want to get up out of here, man. I'm tired. Yo, I'm tired. Like, yo, you want to live in America and do it this P Diddy stuff and do all types of madness. I don't. I want to get up out of here, man. Brothers in A.O.C, we want to get up out of here, man.
Especially this week.
Yo, man, we tired, man. We tired. Like every day it gets worse. Every day. And that's why there's certain times, man, when you pray to the Lord, say, yo, I'm tired, Lord. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm bothering you. I'm talking. I'm probably chewing your ear off. But I want you, Father, I want you to listen. I'm tired. Man.
Right. But let's get with Solomon. Since you brought it up, let's get with Solomon. Let's get 11. First Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1. Man, this is how we be going off though. We be going off by way of women for the most part.
Can we read verse 2 first?
Yeah. Go ahead.
First Kings, chapter, verse 2, right? And it reads, and of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel. So the Most High speaking to a specific people, right? Ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you.
Mm-hmm.
Surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Dang, man. He's the wisest man now, right? And in Chronicles, right, you'll hear about that. But the wisest man now still go, is just can't overcome that lust. But who did he like? So let's read first. Let's read. I'll read 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, the woman of Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, the Zidonians, and the Hittites. So he liked them Hamite, those women. He liked the so-called Chinese woman, the Japanese woman, right? And he liked the white women. He liked them white girls. Hey, but it is what it is. Hey, man, many men here have done that too, right? We're no better than Solomon, right?
Nope.
But this is trying to tell you that you go off when you do that. It's trying to tell you that you go off when you do that, and you end up losing everything. Just like Jonathan Majors lost a little bit, right? He lost out a little bit, and now he whipped Megan Good. But it's too late.
But people in the chat, Jonathan means God-given. The name Jonathan means God-given, and majors. So the Most High, through that man, is showing you major news. So all them y'all brothers and sisters that's going after the other nations, y'all see what happened to that man. That man ran away with 2 feet. He was going faster than some certain linebackers on a 40-yard dash. That man ran.
Yes.
He ran away, and he still got convicted.
Still.
Even the cab driver said that woman was smacking him in the cab. He was a witness, and he still got it. And that man had money, status, money to pay lawyers to defend him, and he still got convicted. So
And maybe that's the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Really, I don't care about all that. Nah. We gonna make an example out of you because our people look up to you. And if they see you with her, then they gonna want to do that too. And I'm gonna let them know that that's a no-go.
Mm.
And he's been with Megan Good ever since.
Nah, I'm holding on.
I'm holding on to you, girl. Hold on. No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be away from this Midianitish woman, right?
Sure,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? No, but why though? Because I mean, a lot of times, people will suck you in, man, and then you end up worshiping what they worship, right?
That's why.
So
That's why.
verse 33, that reads, they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians.
Mm.
That's not the Most High. They
Mm.
were worshiping Ashtoreth. And then Chemosh was the god of the Moabites. Okay? And then Milcom, the god of Ammon. So these are different deities. These are demons in
Mm.
all actuality, but they're different deities. That's not of the Most High, and that's not our people. We not all the same people, and we all got different gods. Our
And
God is the true and the living.
yeah.
Okay,
So look at this, right? Can you get me Jeremiah 17 and 10?
absolutely.
Watch this. Because people forget who the Lord is, man. He be cooking, man. He be cooking up there. He be cooking. he has elements we don't even know about. He got animals at his command. He got the wind, fire, all the elements of the earth at his command. And what else does he have at his command? Let's find out. Go ahead.
You said Jeremiah 17.
And 10.
Okay, come on. My ears work at least. This is the book of Jeremiah 17, verse 10. I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins.
I try what?
I try the reins.
Try the range. That means he be pulling strings. He be pulling your heartstrings, man.
On your heartstrings. Come.
Pull your
So
heartstrings. Go ahead.
I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins,
Mm-hmm.
even to give every man according to his ways, and
According
according
to,
to the
go ahead.
and according to the fruit of his doings.
According to the fruit of their doings. Right. Now let's go back to First Kings chapter 11. Right. And,
Yes.
and can we read verse 14? Let's see what the Most High rain. What reins did he pull when he saw Solomon doing what he doing? Let's see what reins he Most High went to pull. Let's go.
This is the book of First Kings, chapter 11, verse 14, and it reads, and the Most High stirred up an adversary unto Solomon,
Mm-hmm.
Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom. For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Job, the captain of the host, was gone up to bury the slain after he had smitten every man in Edom. For,
Mm-hmm.
for 6 months did Job remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom.
You see that? Yo, he stayed 6 months to me. He killed all these Edomites. Keep going.
That Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him to go into Egypt, Hadad being yet a little child.
See that? We got an Edomite hiding amongst Egyptians, man. Amongst Egyptians, man. So
Yeah, go.
you see that? That man, Most High, he stirred up an Edomite, right?
Yeah,
Stirred up Edomite. Now watch this. Read verse 21.
come on. Verse 21. And when Hadad heard in Egypt that David slept with his fathers, and that Job, the captain of the host, was dead, Hadad said to Pharaoh, let me depart, that I may go to my own country.
Whoa. Now, this one more verse 22.
Then Pharaoh said unto him, but what hast thou lacked with me, that behold, thou seekest to go to thine own country? And he answered, nothing. Howbeit, let me go in any wise.
See, he didn't lack nothing. He didn't lack nothing. But he said, "Nah, let me go. No explanation. Just let me go my way. Just let me go." See this man? That man wanted to go, and I understand you want to come back home, but he coming for blood. He coming. And what did we read in Jeremiah 17:10? According to each man, according to their doings.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What you think he coming for? That man's coming for blood, man. He waited until Solomon was in the ground. Praise him. He waited until Joab was in the ground. Praise him.
Mm-hmm.
To come and make mischief.
Yeah.
That's like, yo,
Yeah.
like in
And that's
Genesis.
and they do that to this very day too here.
Mm.
They do that to this very day too here. If you want to bring it back over here, they kill our leaders, right? At least like when we did have some type of leadership in this country, but back in the '60s maybe, um, you know, and they cut off the head, right, of the man of the household, right? They
And
cut that up and then they just divide and conquer.
not yo, they cut off the the head and the symbol of reproductive system on that
Yeah.
man. And they put certain parts of the United States, they put a jack-o'-lantern on their heads. It was total utter humiliation and destruction. But you want to be friends with these people. Like there are books like Without Sanctuary. There are books like Medical Apartheid. You read those books, man. Yo, you will get angry. And we need our people to get angry, but not sin. To understand where we coming from. These people did evil things.
I
Why do
mean,
you go ahead?
no, go ahead, right.
Why do you
No,
think they're rising the prices of these books? There are people in these books they don't want you to see, like faces you don't want to see. People that celebrities that are caught up in these books that they was at school and colleges, they were taking pictures and they had people hung and they were smiling and proud at that time. And lo and behold, a lot of these people, they in business, they in the sports world, they in the entertainment industry, right? And they taking advantage of your ignorance.
come, come, and it's like, um, the 1930s, 1920s wasn't that long ago when they was having all them race riots. I mean, when I know a lot of us, I mean, at least in my generation, are born in the '80s. That's only 60 years ago. It wasn't really all that long ago where all this was happening. Because you could say all this, we love everybody, all that. If I dropped you off in 1930, you ain't gonna get none of that. You're gonna be public enemy number one. You're gonna have to walk in the grass and you're gonna get beat upside your head wherever you go outside.
Can
You
you-
understand?
But they don't think about that.
They don't think about that though. They don't think about that.
They
They
think
don't
it's a joke, like you go into a hot tub time machine and you're going back in time and you're gonna have elephant pants and nice shirt
I
and
mean,
you're gonna have fun with these people. Like they're not gonna be the same type of people.
no, no, no. Trust me. I mean, it's cool. It's all. Oh, look, he wearing some South Pole. Oh, look, he got a little fitted with a FUBU on. Man, when they get of that age, that country music gonna start to come on, and you better watch the hell out. That's all I gotta say. But
Mm.
let's read.
Some doubt
Let's
say
get,
this. Yeah, come on.
yeah. It's just but that's the ignorance though, because maybe you have a white family member or something like that, or you got a white friend. Listen, man, we all die alone. In
Listen,
retrospect,
I mean, listen. We allow allowances for lapses in judgment by a family member that had a white wife or white husband. But once you know the truth, you have a choice to make. You have a choice to make. At the end of the day, were you going to choose life or death?
come, come. Let's read 20, Numbers 20, and let's get 18.
Numbers 20, verse 18.
We might not have the same God, and we not believe in the same things, but they do believe in holding us back. They do believe in holding us back, man. Let's get yeah. So Numbers 20 and 18.
Numbers chapter 20, verse 18. And it reads, And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's just they always be blocking us, and even to this day they block us. They hinder us. They devise things against us. Homestead Act. We can just go through it. Redlining, the racial covenants. Don't let none of these Negroes live here. Don't let none of them live here. No, 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 no. You know, first come, first serve. Except for except for them, type
But,
of thing, right?
but
And
lo
so,
and behold, like right now, Japan is asking black men to come to their country to replenish their ranks. Look it up. I'm not even lying. Like it's happening right now. Japan is asking black brothers to come over there and have children.
it is basically just like these accounts in numbers. It's like they was using their women to seduce us so we can, you know, fall off and just living a godless, very strange society over there.
But
You
this
know.
the scriptures call us husbandmen, right? And a
Mhm.
husbandman is a farmer, right? Now, I'm gonna ask people in the chat, if you have the best seed in the world, the best fruit in the world, and God gave you that fruit, give you that all that those crops, right? And He told you basically in First Kings 11:3 and Deuteronomy 7:3 also, you said not to share that seed with these other nations, not to share it. You can't share it. I gave it to you. I gave it covenant with you. I gave you this seed, this fruit, this revelation, this news. Yeah, they have to obey the law, my law, but I don't want you to share your essence with them. Period. Is that wrong? If my father, my almighty father tells me don't do this, am am I gonna question it? I might ask the wisdom behind it, but I'm not gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? But there we are people that say no. And we have to wake them up and understand you cannot share this. It's not something to be shared. Don't go on to these women. Don't go on to these men. Leave them alone. They have their own nation.
We have a lot of different women in our nation too that you can go to,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you want to find a woman of your own tribe, but within the 12 tribes, there's a lot of variety. And the same thing that goes for the women as well, right? We don't need to deal with unclean vessels, man. Um and yeah, man. Yeah, I lost my thought. I lost my thought. Oh, snap. It'll come back. It'll come back.
Hear this book, hear this understanding, this wisdom, this fruit. Don't share it with nobody else. All right, daddy. All right,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
my treasure.
That's what I
My
was going to say. That's what I was going to say too, because and we're disobeying the heavenly Father if that so-called white woman, that so-called Spaniard woman, say, "Hey, we're not blacking in this family," they ain't doing it. Now they might dabble and have lay down, but they're not having no babies though by us. You
listen,
understand?
when you look at the
That's a
UK, they have
no-go.
many castles, they have many so-called monarchs, kings, and so on and so forth. But when you look at the track record, these castles and mansions and all these places are getting emptied out, man. They can't fill up the ranks, either here in America or over there. They're dwindling and they know it. And that's why they're coming out with all these TV shows and Bridgeton and all these different methods to tell you, yo, yeah, we could mix now. We can mix now. It's okay. It's okay. Nah, it's not. Because the
No, it's
Lord,
not okay.
Don't go on AshleyMadison.com. Leave that alone. Leave
Right.
it alone.
Right. It used to be outlawed here. I forgot what the word was, but it used to be outlawed here in interracial marriages, right?
Yeah, it was. It
Used to
was.
be
And you look at history, who was better off segregated?
way better. Way
I,
better.
yo, if you look at the pictures of 1930s, man, we had style. Oh my goodness.
Yes, we did.
We had smooth hats, fur coats, just with the smoothness, and we was walking around making money. Families was together because we knew white man, you the enemy. You're not
Yes.
gonna help us, fine. It's cool, and that's why a lot of black people like Trump because he's clear. He's like, I don't like what y'all people, but we can make money, right? I bet.
Right.
I see you, you see me. Let's do.
Exactly. It's an understanding. It's not no, we all in this together, but then low key when you leave though, you know, you scheming and you plotting against me.
Yeah,
You scheming and you plotting against me.
and that's
And the
Proverbs
thing,
16.
right? Hey, and I was about to say too, it was so beautiful back then too as well. I know that and it was beautiful in a sense that we were together and we moved as a unit. There's a YouTube channel called Real Black. All right, real is in movie reel, and it talked about how in that specific time in the 30s and the 40s, how you advertise to a black family. And it said very specifically that you couldn't just sell to the man. You couldn't sell to the woman. You had to sell to all three of them, the man, the woman, and the child. If they weren't in agreement with this product, they weren't going to get it. Nowadays, they tell you what, I just convince the woman and boom. And then they'll get it done. Right. So we gotta be together as a unit, man, as a family, right? By any means necessary, man. We can't be divided, man. We can't be divided. Can't be divided like that. What does verse 20 say in Numbers?
Numbers 20 and 18. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword.
Right. So at the same time, like we couldn't pass by him at all. We couldn't pass by him in economics. We couldn't build our Black Wall Street in Greenville and Tulsa, Oklahoma, and many other places. In this country, we couldn't pass by him by economically. There, he was jealous, right?
And
Using his
still,
woman, false accusations,
it's still happening.
right?
Still.
It's still happening too to this day. It's
Yes,
still happening to this day. And listen, they want their slaves back. That's why they got all these migrants over here. They want their slaves back. Okay, they time.
yeah, I'm telling you.
And then verse 20 said that thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people with a strong hand, man. And Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, man. And they still I know we're in the land of our captivity, but still, man, they still refuse, man. They refuse to give us reparations. They refuse to give us, you know, any type of bill for a hate crime bill, right? They don't do none of that.
They pass hate crime bills for every other demographic in an
But
instant.
us.
Yeah, yeah. And what's funny is like a lot of our people, they don't understand, right? When we get in trouble, not only do we have a God, a living God we could turn to, and the only begotten Son to speak on our behalf. They don't understand how we move and how we think and why we do certain things. And most of the time, they will get angry at us for not doing anything, or when we do something, they're not in agreement with how we're moving. So they will throw you to the wolves to explain themselves rather than to protect you and keep you safe.
Yeah.
Listen, I will tell you from experience. I lived in Canada, right? Around these people. And when trouble hits, and I met people that dealt with a man that dealt with white women, right? Because they're mostly about around friends. And they will tell you that man got into a car crash. His girlfriend or his wife would not call his family because she was scared of their reaction. But wait a minute, are you not with this man? Are you not taking advantage of the benefits of being with this man? Let's be honest. A 6 foot man walking around with you, it moves away a lot of threats, man. It keeps you safe, man. But when it came down to him being in a hospital, you couldn't pick up the phone and call his family. And this is what we have to understand. These people will not move in accordance to how we move because they don't get our vibration. Period. Whether you
Period.
they don't get it.
Never gonna get it. Yeah, but hey, hey, this one dude told me real, and he was a so-called white man too. I had a white friend, you know what I'm saying? And he told me local. You told me because we was getting in the mischief and we was bad when we was 13, 14, 15, right? And he said, "Hey man, watch out for him because if y'all get in trouble, he's snitching on you, and you gonna go to jail, and he ain't." And that was a white man telling me that. Okay, so it just that's what it is. What it is, man. You got to be careful. You got to
And,
be careful, man. And
and
there's
my
probably a whole bunch of people with stories that are surrounded by different nations of people, man. There's probably a bunch of different stories like that. I know I got a lot more than that, right? So it is what it is. But let's
and keep in mind, the Most High told him to go that way. The Most High told him to go that way. We could have went
mhm,
another way and avoided that whole episode with Edom. But
mhm.
to make us understand, these people don't want you.
You, they don't love you. They don't want you,
Brother. They don't like you. They don't want you to come through. And they even came out against you with the sword to tell you not to come
man.
through. And it's
With
like,
a strong hand.
yeah,
Many people, not just one, not just two. Hey, well, it's only two.
nah.
It's only two bad people. Because
Nah.
you know who our people are. Well, it's only
Okay.
uh.
Wait a minute. Like, why is it in America there's certain places? Why the Chinese go, the Chinese, the so-called Elamite, the so-called Japanese, all these different nations, they come to the hood. Why they don't go around white people? They have all the money. No, they go to the hood. Why are you coming to the hood for? Why are you coming around black people? Because that's where the money's at. Because we're the jewels of the Most High.
mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
to move that money around us, even though the enemy surrounds us, they won't be able to touch us. Even without money, they can't touch us unless we make a mistake and we allow them. We make the
We
most. I get angry, so angry that he lets them in.
we make this economy run. During the whole COVID, when this thing was shut down, our pocketbooks was open. We was out here doing buying and selling and everything. And imagine if we followed the Most High's commandments, man. We'd stop buying and selling on the Friday and the Saturday, man. We would be rich up in here.
No, but
Okay.
the economy would be in trouble. They would
I
have
mean,
to.
well, yeah, and the economy would have been way in trouble, and this thing would have already been fell. This thing would have. We the ones that's really lifting up our own demise, our own captivity. We the one that's lifting this up, and we've always done that because it's our fault. We got to own up to it, man up to it, understand our error, and we got to slowly but surely. I know what's happening now. So it's an awakening going on. Brothers have been putting in work in this family and across the spectrum for many years, and we almost up out of here. But let's read Judges chapter 2. Let's get 21 and 22. 21 and 22. Chapter 2, 21 and 22. Let's bring something out real quick.
I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died,
Mm-hmm.
that through them I may prove Israel whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein as their father did keep it, or not.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That I mean, if it's any purpose of these nations, and there's another reason too, but if there's any purpose of these nations, it's to test us, to see if we gonna go astray and go marry a strange woman. like some of our ancestors did, to see if we gonna, go sell out in Hollywood and go worship Ashtoreth in the Grove somewhere, you know, to see if we go, and do things in secret and worship devils in secret for the love of money and a lifestyle that's so temporary.
Yeah,
You
spirit.
understand? So it's a test, man. He tests us. He's test us, man. And it's our job to understand the error and to keep trying, man. Even if you fail, man. If you wake up the next day, man, try to pass it. Try to pass it. Try to pass it.
Because I mean, think about it. We have people in the scriptures that never tasted of death. Elijah went up in the clouds, right? We have Methuselah. We have who else? There was another. We had brothers that never tasted of death, man. They went up straight up to the Most High, bypassing death. That was not some Harry Potter joint. It was real. It was real. This man was so high up there. Most High said, "All right, you got the golden ticket, man. You coming? You coming?"
Enoch, like Sister Wanawana said, Enoch. Hold on, let's get back to the chat real quick.
Enoch.
Enoch, if the chosen ones stop spending money, this world could not survive. That's right. It's not in them to empathize. He just said, okay, in vogue. I got jokes. Hey, man, them sisters is fine, though. Why go somewhere else? We are a different manner of people, always and forever we will, man. That's right. We could cook their food and breastfeed their babies or their puppies.
Oh, there's even a video of a video back in the day. Well, it looked like a vintage video back in the day, and the brother said, "This is what we fought for." He was in a restaurant eating white man food. It was like, "This is what we fought for." Yo, this is bland, man. There's no spice. There's no salt. What the heck am I eating? And even we have people that have the money, right? They have the money. What is his name? Something Tate. He had Michelin 4-star restaurant. He went to Salt Bay's restaurant. He went to every single restaurant and he said that's trash. I mean, the best restaurants and the best food are from black people and Hispanic people. Straight up. He said, yo, the jerk chicken, that could compete against any 4-star restaurant. Because our women be cooking up in there, man.
Yeah, to be acting up.
Been up in there, man. Like, for real. But yet our people so caught up in Michelin 4-star restaurants, eating with a tablecloth on their lap, thinking it's fancy, with a lobster on their plate, and they think come on, man, come on, man. Oh man,
She said, "Con and the brown treasure found out that the white water on the fountain tastes just the same. It wasn't better, just the same. Ours was a little dirty at the top with a little rust, right? But it still tasted good, though. Tasted good. It just wasn't well kept. Wasn't well kept. That's all.
That's all. To show you, if these people, we don't matter. Why you come into the hood to buy houses and to push us out? Why you coming? Why you doing like in Boys in the Hood? Houses that cost back then, they cost 60,000.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of those houses went up 10x.
Oh yeah.
And it's like from a movie. And it's like, yo, art imitates life, or does life imitate art here? What is really going on? But go ahead, Lord.
No, I was just gonna say, like, when you really see, if you ever really do a trip, like when you travel to Chicago and you go to down Lakeshore and you start reaching, it's well, I don't want to dox brothers, but brothers live around there on the south side. It's actually very beautiful. I'll say that. I will continue to say that. People might think I'm crazy or whatever, but if you really look at it for what it is, when the sun's out and how it hits, or maybe even when the sun sets at an angle and you really see it for what it is, it's really the choicest land. And they probably dying to get up in there. And that's why those Italian greaser gangs, like the movie Grease with John Travolta, yeah, those were our enemies over
Yeah.
here in Chicago. They was trying to bully us and drive us out everywhere in the city. That's why we came up with the gangs that we know today, but we have no order. And
But
who do we invoke? Who do we invoke? We invoke King David. We invoke King David, right? Because that was in the scriptures, but we just lost the way of that. We lost the way of that. You
but
know?
I mean, and you know what it is? The Most High is showing us, like Exodus 14:14. He said,
Mhm.
remain in peace and let me fight for you. Look at, like in New York, right? Back in the day,
Yeah.
you couldn't build a skyscraper without going through the mob. I
Mhm.
worked I worked in an office down in Manhattan, right? And it was a construction company. And the Most High, all his name be praised. He put me through a certain path where at that time I asked a construction manager, right? He said, "Yo, is it true that in New York, like the mob, you could build a tower without trucks, and the mob was taking cuts off the top from cement and garbage trucks and different?" Yeah, he said, "Yeah, man, you couldn't do anything without the Italian mob and the commission coming to take a piece. Them dudes was coming with guns and knives and saying, 'Yo, you're gonna give me my money.'" And now
Right.
where, man, where are these men? Most High eliminated them. Like, you gotta go. He brought Rudy Giuliani, one of their own people, to go against his own people, which are Italians. And that's how the Most High move.
Mm-hmm.
What did we read? Didn't the Most High stir up Hadad, the Edomite? Well, the Most High stirred up Rudy Giuliani, the Edomite too. To
Searching
gather.
first, stopping first, right? And
Yeah,
all of that.
yo, that's why. Listen, man, when we do it wrong, the Most High will have someone to stir up someone to get us into that position to listen all the time.
Right. Right. What? And now they call it the IRS. God, God. Let's read down. Let's go Judges 3, and let's read 1 and 2 real quick.
Now, these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan. Only that generation of children of Israel might know, to teach them war, at the least such as before knew nothing of. So like,
Man, so it's like, man, he let these nations here to test us and so we could learn how to fight and defend ourselves, man. And it just was like cannon fodder, man. They like practice, man. Come on, bro. They like practice, man, but we still fall off though. We still be falling off. You know how we do. We know how we do. We still
and
get falled off and we seduce,
what
right?
intrigues me always is the Most High refers to us as children. That means that we're not fully grown yet. So when we're fully grown in the mindset, in the spirit, what will we be able to do? What will be the extent of what we be are able to do? And that's the question that people don't realize. Like, do you know what you could do? Like, do you know the extent of what the Most High gave you as a gift? We have people that jump off a cliff and ran before the letter would arrive at this destination to get the message across. We have men like Judas Maccabeus who could
Mm,
lift up a hammer. The scriptures say that that man was strong since his youth. Since he was 6 years old, that man was wrestling against animals.
yeah,
Like, and people don't realize, yo, stay away from these nations, man. Stay
right,
away.
right. And read 4 and 5.
Verse 4. And they were to prove Israel by them,
Mm-hmm.
to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses.
Come. And then
And
mhm.
And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites.
Right. And then they took their and they did evil like how we always do, right? But these are the same people that we read about that had different gods. It's the same people that had the different gods, and they're here. It's a proving ground to prove to the Most High whether we serve Him or not. But what happens all the time, right? Read it again, verse 8.
Verse 8, therefore the anger of the Lord was hot. See that word again, man. Hot.
Mm-hmm.
Karab was hot against Israel. And he sold them into the hand of Shushan, Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia. And the children of Israel served Shushan, Salak for the mispronunciation, but Rishathaim 8 years.
Right. So 8 years of slavery. So is Mesopotamia a real place? For those of y'all that think that, what I'm saying, it's, this thing is made up or something like that. It's all stories. Mesopotamia is a real place. It was a real place. So, that's another thing to think about. It's another thing to think about, And even in 14, we served the Moabites 18 years. 18 years, right? Another little Kanye West one, right? But that's what I'm saying. We served Moab for 18 years. We just can't get right, man. We just can't get right. We just can't get right. Well, we'll go back to Numbers real quick.
Well, in the book of Judges, you have Deborah, Ehud, Nile, Gideon, not to be called up to the plate. Because right now, like, to make an analogy, right now, all Israel, not a big part of Israel, they at bat, but they're batting their back towards the mound. They think they're hitting home runs, but you're not even looking at the ball coming your way. You don't even see what's coming your way, but you're like, yeah, I'm on the field. I could play. I could do what No, you can't. You got to play by the rules, man. Most times, like, yo, you up in the big leagues right now. You up,
Yeah.
you the big leagues, man. It's not up there. It's down here. You in the big leagues. You playing for keeps.
Yes. And these are these nations. Yeah, right. You doing some karaoke? Hey, come on, man. I had to. I'm like 18 years. You know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, man, because we in the big leagues right now because we going. We trying to prove ourselves, man. We in the proving grounds, man. We got to get the land of Canaan, and and that's what it is. Joshua at that point in time in Judges, man, he had died. He had passed away. So we had to, and that's what's gonna happen, man. We gotta always, raise up the next generation of great men and great women.
Like you brought out before, we read that Joshua died before he could finish the job, and then
Yeah.
David died before he could finish the job. So the Most High is like, yeah, some of y'all gonna go to war, but y'all not gonna kill every one of these people. I gotta give some, to train the next. To know, yeah, I don't want y'all. Y'all Most High saying, I don't want y'all to be soft. Yeah, my children. Yeah, y'all gonna be the best of the best, but you gotta listen to what I'm telling you.
Right. Or else I'm gonna send you over here for 8 years. I'm gonna send you over here for 18 years. I'm gonna send you over there, send you over here until y'all get it. Because y'all are my children.
Well, y'all not gonna come home until y'all get it.
Exactly.
Nah, you can't come alone, brother. You gotta take all these people with you. But they don't want to listen. Nah, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. You gotta get them to understand. It's like,
Right. So we'll go through the numbers and then we'll close it out because I think that'll probably be good. But hopefully that y'all get the theme of the nations have other gods. We deal with our own, the God of Israel, right?
the living God.
The living God, right? Moses, we have commandments that are different than theirs. Our commandments are based off of, well, they do perverse things that we're not supposed to do, Okay, which is beautiful because and that's why I love the Most High with all my heart, mind, soul, and body. Just because He's telling me not to lay down with certain people, not to commit incest, not to lay down with beasts. You understand? Not to commit usury and misuse people, not to lie to people, not to steal people, not to steal things. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You the Most High is an absolute like more than a genius, more than a genius. You understand? Um, so with that, let's go. Numbers 22 to 1 and 3.
22. Numbers 22,
Come on.
verse.
1 to 3. Yeah, let's do that.
And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And Balak, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites.
Yeah, yeah, because we had destroyed them. The Most High destroyed them. Okay.
And Moab was sore afraid of the people because there were many, and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what, and they like that now too because we waking up, and we low key distressing them too right now because they're seeing us. You even got Tucker Carlson talking about Hebrew Israelites now. You understand? Like this thing is getting a little bit bigger, and people know who we are. And it's about time. I mean, they've been knew who we are, but now that we know who we are, and is gaining a little bit more steam, all praises to the Most High. Now they're getting a little worried. They're getting a little worried because the playtime is about to be over with now. It's
Because
about to be over with now.
they
Okay.
know. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, let's get. I'll read this one. Verse 6. Come now. This is Oh, let's see. Yeah. So he sent messengers therefore unto Baalam, the son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth and they abide over against me, man. So he's getting real nervous, man. He's getting real nervous. And then listen to what he's saying, man. Y'all want to save everybody, man, and everything like that. Come now, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail that we may smite them, and I may drive them out the land.
And look at this, right? Salak, Lord.
No,
When
go ahead.
what what do like government do when they have like important information that might cause the people to go crazy? What do? Do they tell the people, or do they keep their mouth shut? They keep their mouth shut, right? Why is that? Because all these nations have a different reaction to different news. All of them have a different reaction. We just saw, like in Numbers 22, Moab is distressed. Meanwhile, Esau come out with a sword just because we coming through. We trying to
You got
come
a
through.
point. You got a point.
And Moab, we not even, they was looking at us from afar. It's like, yo, look at what they did to these people. There was distress from afar. Like, yo, we didn't even see you. We don't even perceive you on our radar. But you worried about us? That's why, like, the scriptures say, lie not one to another, right? Which is why, like, amongst our people, we all we got, man. We are we are surrounded, compassed by the enemy. And we have to tell people who they are. And some of our people, like in the book of in Romans, it says not all Israel is Israel. Because some of our people, they're not going to get it. They don't want it. They don't want it. You're telling them, yo, you do this, you do that, you pray to the Lord, you do these commandments, you get down with the Lord, you read about Yahushua, how he's walking, and how going to the feast, and the parables he was speaking, how he was talking with eloquence. That man was on another level. I don't care. I want to do my own. I want to go get tattoos, make some money, be like P. Diddy, and all variations. I want to do. And it's like, yo, brother, you want to go into that world? That's why, like,
not what you think it is. That's not what you and they get into a riddle every time. Every time. Trust me, I had lust doing the Hollywood thing when I was, like a little boy and stuff, but that you see it for what it is, though. You see it for what it is at the same time as well. You see it for what it is. But some people still have them stars in their eyes. You understand? But check this out, though. Check this out. This is what happens all the time. And that's why the gates of our people languish, the leadership languishes for our people, because they try to buy us. They try to buy us out, right? This is what Balak said, the Moabite, so-called Chinese man. He said in verse 17, "For I will promote thee onto a very great honor," sounding like Satan tempting Christ, right? In the wilderness, right? Tempting Yahushua. I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, if Balak would give me this house full of silver and gold, right? So he kind of fell off a little bit there, man. I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God to do less or to do more, right? So I mean, there's gonna be tempting. They're gonna take the weakest link or try to, these nations, right? And they're gonna try to, okay, you cool, Maxine Waters, you cool, Mr. So-called black senator, but you gotta sell your people out. You understand? you okay, Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, you got elected, but you gotta sell your people out now. And that's what happens here to this very day, man. These nations, they still do that. They still do that. All right. And that's why the Most High was trying to test. I was trying to test them too, right? He was trying to test them. Remember when he wrote on the ass, right? He was trying to test them a little bit. We could read. We could read. Let's see here. I don't want to get it all.
And it's getting more wicked by the day, because now we have countries going to Haiti and building a wall between Dominican Republic and the border of Haiti. It's getting bad. I mean,
yeah, it's getting bad out there, yo. It's getting real bad out there. And you see the so-called white man. You see the American government, right, over there plotting and dealing and wheeling, and there ain't nobody protesting out there about them Haitians. There ain't nobody saying from Haiti to the river to the sea and nothing like that. They ain't doing nothing. They never did nothing, and they never will do nothing, because nobody care about us, man, but us and the Most High and Yahushua. You understand? That's all we got, man. That's all we ever had. That's all we ever had, right? But the Most High was trying to check him, right, with the ass, right? And then it said here, he said, because the ass wasn't trying to go, right? And the whole time, there was an angel right there. So, verse 31, right? It says, then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Most High standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And he fell, and he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, wherefore thou hast smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now I would have saved thee, slain thee,
Indeed, yeah.
and saved her alive, right? So he was going in a mindset of a carnal mindset, right? Not a spiritual mindset. And say, hey man, if you give me some silver and some gold, I might be able to do something. But he was trying to check him, man. He was trying to check him real quick, right? And that's why Balaam said in 34, and Balaam said unto the angel of the Most High, I have sinned. For I knew not now that sitteth in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease me, I will give back again. Right? And the angel of the Most High said unto Balaam, go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. So it was a test. Right, he was trying to check him, like, yo, you ain't gonna do it. You see what happened with the ass, right? And you see how it crushed your foot, and it wasn't trying to go. And then you seen the angel of the Most High. You seen that? Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to let you know, brother. Don't play. Okay. Now go on. I'm gonna tell you what to say. Okay, man. That's because he knows us. We're stubborn. We're stiff necked. He knows us by now enough. At this point, right? Yeah, man, and then the story goes on too as well, man. And but let's get this though, because we're gonna get into metaphysical stuff. So I just wanted to get verse 39, right? And because it's kind of like what you did, right? So Balaam went with Balak, and they came onto Kirjath Huzoth, right? And one of the meanings for that, let's get that, right? So one of the meanings for that is Kirjath Huzoth. It's a city of divisions, a city of streets, right? So it's two parts, right? The city of Moab brought Balaam, because he wanted Balaam to curse Israel, right? It's divided thoughts of good and evil, right? You understand?
Yes.
The carnal mind and then the spiritual mind, right?
Yeah.
That's really what this is. It's just a long story short. It's just another battle of good and evil, man. It's the lust of the flesh versus the will of the spirit, man. So when you break down these words, man, it really tells the whole story, So that's the beautiful thing about really going in and doing the research behind these bigger words like this. So that's kind of cool. But let's skip around though. Hold on, let's see here. We're gonna stay in numbers. Let's see. 23. Yeah, man, but it's just cold, man. It's just cold, man. Like these nations, they don't got no love for the Most High or His people, especially in this account. He's trying to get one of our people to curse us, and to give him gold and jewelry and all that he wants, and hold a high office, right? Because they scared.
But in the end of the day, what does Most High say? All is vanity.
Mm-hmm.
All of it is vanity. I mean, can you get Mark 8:36?
Because that's kind of it on that account. You know what I'm saying? That's really the meat of that account. So I think so if y'all understood that very clearly, and if it was brought out the way it was that was meant to be, to Wada and all praises for giving me and for giving the Most High the time of the day, man. I just want to say that. And I'm sorry, Salai brother. Mark
8:36.
8:36. This is the book of Mark, chapter 8. Verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Hmm.
Mm.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, what can you give in exchange? They, you know, like the Most High said that He created the world for our sake. So everything in it is ours. You just have to ask and prove yourself by keeping the law, such as commandments. Be able to withstand the weight of what you're asking for. And we ask for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we do.
We ask for
Yeah,
a lot
we
of
do.
stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Lord, I need this. Lord, I need that. But can you withstand the weight of it? Of maintaining it, of keeping it healthy, and keeping it at a level that is appealing to the Most High?
Mm.
Let's contemplate that, man. Like, people ask for a lot of stuff, but when the bills that come along with that come, you're like, oh no. That's why be thankful for what you got, man. Be thankful for what you got. If you want
Yeah,
more, make the space for what you want. Like, you want a new sofa or a new bed or something you want, make the space for it. Like, meaning, like, you got other stuff in that place, make the space for it, and work to prove to the Lord that you want that sofa or that car or whatever you want. Make the space for it. And when you see how much work you got to do to make the space for what you want, you're like, yo, so one side, maybe I should rethink this over. Like, maybe I should rethink this over. Do I really want this car? Do I really
yeah,
want this or that? Then
yeah.
you contemplate. You say, nah, most high, I need this. There's a difference between wanting something and needing something.
Needing it. Hmm.
There's a difference.
Oh yeah, I know that's right. I know that's right, bro. I know that's right. But like, damn, and then like 2 months later, you get this thing, and you're like, man, you know what? I think I was better off without all this because look what I could have did, and this and that, and that and that. Like, why did I really do it though? Was I trying to keep up with the Joneses? Was I trying to be seen of men or be seen of women? What was really in my spirit at that time?
Mm,
What was really in my spirit at that time? Was it a spirit of lust? Or did I really, what did I really want? Maybe I should have got counsel. I
mm,
just did it of my own tuition. You understand? Maybe we got to sometimes, um, if you're in the world or you're Israel, maybe we got to stop, man. Stop and just really think about some of the things as far as like what we're asking for. Because what we ask for, if it's a really great ask, it might be a really great responsibility. You
mm,
know, and it's going to be a lot of temptations. There's going to be a lot. There's just good. There's good and bad and everything. And just like the brother was bringing out, man, just be thankful that we're in a situation that we are aware and we're cognizant that we were ushering in the Most High's holy day right now,
mm, mm.
and we're gathering together, man. And we taking it one day at a time, and we know that the Most High and His Son are so-called black men. You understand? And we almost up out of here. Okay.
Oh, man, this is
Yeah. All praises.
mm,
All praises. Hey, but I'm gonna end the class right there, family. Um, there's in the beginning of the class we had some technical difficulties, but now we're gonna be rolling. Now these things is gonna be rolling. Brothers over here got the access, okay? And hey, I just want to say shalom to everybody for joining us. And we'll be back. We'll be back. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of your Shabbat and your weekend. And most I will, man, we'll be back and we'll do this thing again.
Con.
Uh,
With
all
that,
right,
shalom.
all right, shalom.